I mean, to me, this is just the craziest thing. Standing in the warehouse here at Donna, and
An ADOS dude, there was an ADOS dude named Bill something, Bill the Icon.
Bring out all the dirty laundry.
What's going on, and thanks for tuning into the channel. Wanted to bring a story to you today really quickly. Hopefully I won't be too long, but you know how this can go. But my intention is to be brief, and you can see the headline here. It says, Jen Psaki says Biden administration providing migrant infants baby formula amid shortage is morally right. And this is amid a crisis of the shortage she's referring to, the baby formula shortage that everybody's been talking about. I've been sharing information about this on Instagram with certain people over the last week or two. When Kat Cammack broke the story, she went live on Facebook in one video and basically let it be known that she had got it on good account from a U.S. Border and Customs agent that he had just accepted a delivery, a large quantity of baby formula, and they're warehousing it down. And this was in Texas. So this is just in Texas. Baby formula, Pampers, baby wipes, you can imagine, bottles, clothes even, anything that, you know, an infant child might need. So they need formula. There's tons of other things that they need. So, and this is dated on May 16th. And again, this was around the time that the story broke. And this was the only reason why she, again, even addressed the issue, is because they had basically been outed by Kat Cammack. The Biden administration is standing by its decision to support migrant families at the border amid the nationwide baby formula shortage. On Friday, White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki addressed recent criticism from Rep. Kat Cammack, a Florida Republican lawmaker, and other Republicans who have publicly criticized President Joe Biden for providing baby formula to immigrant children. Psaki pointed out that the actions are in line with the law, citing the Flores Settlement Agreement, which has been followed by every administration. The law stems from a class action lawsuit settled by the U.S. Justice Department under the Bill Clinton administration in 1997. As part of the settlement, the federal government is required to provide migrant children with facilities that have access to toilets and sinks, drinking water and food as appropriate, medical assistance if the minor is in need of emergency services, and other necessities. They go on to say, we also think it's morally the right thing to do, she said during a press conference, during a press briefing. It is the law, but we believe that when children and babies, or babies I should say, are crossing the border with a family member, that providing them formula is morally right. And so we certainly support the implementation of it. And again, this is amid a baby formula shortage that was basically caused by a plant shutdown. I have some information about that that I try to add in this video, but I'm trying to stick to the story at hand, and just give a little background and want to know what you think. You know, however the shortage was caused, do you think it's our obligation to provide scarce, necessity items to illegal immigrants crossing the border, or should those provisions be held aside for, American citizens and those who legally reside in the country? So yeah, to me, if it's a moral dilemma, I believe that in times of crisis, understanding the Flores Settlement Agreement being in place and intact, I believe that you can abide by that law, but in times of crisis, certain laws can be suspended. So I believe this is one of those times. And I believe Donald Trump did try to make some changes, if not shut down the Flores settlement agreement altogether. And if he did, I'm pretty sure it's been undone by now, because it's in full effect to this day. And this is when Kat Cammack first broke the story. I want to give you a little bit of this for the background.
Y'all know that I'm in my early 30s, so of course in my peer group, my age group, a lot of my friends that I've known for years and years and years are having families, starting families, and they are calling me, in addition to constituents and paying attention to what's going on the news, about the baby formula shortages. So across America, there are all these shortages of baby formula. One of our manufacturers had an FDA issue, so they suspended production, but there are other manufacturers. So there's been a shortage of baby formula. Now, cue a conversation and a series of text messages that I received last night from one of our Border Patrol agents down in Texas, right at the border. He says, "Kat, you would not believe the shipment that I just brought in." He has been a Border Patrol agent for 30 years, and he has never seen anything quite like this. He is a grandfather, and he is saying that his own children can't get food, baby formula, for his grandkids. But he, as a Border Patrol agent, just took in pallets of baby formula for all of the illegals that are crossing into the United States. And
we know that since Biden's installment, inauguration, or whatever you want to call it, there's been a record number of illegal immigrants crossing the southern border. And keeping with the Border Patrol's account, that in 30 years he's never seen anything like this. So it must really be a lot of formula and baby supplies being warehoused down at the border. But let's continue.
it is not the children's fault at all. But what is infuriating to me is that this is another example of the America Last agenda that the Biden administration continues to perpetuate. Pallets. I put photos on my Facebook earlier today of the full shelves, and they literally put handwritten signs on these shelves that they're stocking in warehouses at the border that say, "Do not take." And earlier today, about noon, I got another set of messages from other Border Patrol agents, and they were sending me pictures of the pallets of the baby formula that they were taking in. I don't know about you, but if I am a mother in anywhere, any town in America, and I go to my local Walmart or Target or Publix or Safeway or Kroger or wherever it may be that you shop, and you are seeing bare shelves and you are seeing signs that you are not able to get baby formula, and then you see the American government sending by the pallet thousands and thousands of containers of baby formula to the border, that would make my blood boil. And I am so angry about this, and I think every American should.
She's got a great point. If this is affecting you, and now that you know that, stockpiles of baby formula and other supplies are being warehoused at the border for illegal immigrants. And from what I'm reading, it's mostly in preparation for what they anticipate to be another huge influx of illegal immigrants coming from the southern border. So it just seems like the welcome mat is out, and every incentive to cross that border illegally has been laid out on the table, and these travelers are taking every advantage and every opportunity. And like Kat Cammack said, I'm not particularly holding them like I have a personal gripe, but we gotta lock down this southern border. I mean, something has to change. It's affecting our day-to-day, everyday life. Everybody always seems as if they always wanted to be unaffected by immigration. But even when you don't really feel it, it still affects you if you're not paying attention. But this is blatant. So just wanted to again share this with you. Jen Psaki says this is the right thing to do. What do you think? With this shortage being on the table, should available supplies be held for citizens, and the settlement agreement that they're abiding by, should that be suspended in times of crisis? Hop down in the comment section, let me know what you think, and don't forget to smash that like. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And also, if you want to become a member, I'll greatly appreciate it. Click that membership button, and I'll see you on the other side.